Hi and welcome to another C# tutorial. This program, just like you can see up there, tells the size of C# variable types. So if I click on this memory required for data type, this is it. It's a very simple tutorial, but I have embedded two command buttons there. So if I click on that, I get rid of it and back. So as you can see on the rich text box, you can see the size of as bytes, as byte there, char, you can see that's 2, byte is 1, short data type is 2, u short is, unsigned short is 2, integer is 4, unsigned integer is 4, long integer is 8, and you can see the other integer float number is 4, double is 8, and decimal 16, while boolean is 1. Okay, so what I will do now is take you guys straight into C# development environment, and we see how we put one of these together. I'll be using Visual Studio 2015, so let's go into C# now. Okay, we click on new project. Now that the dialog box is ready, I'll just give that name. I'm going to call it C#_memory. Let's see, let me just put an S in there. Okay, now my form is ready. The next thing is, let me go straight to the property and just set the size of my form to 916 by 577. So that's the size of the form there. And the next thing I want to do now is to get it labeled to one label up there and one rich text box. So let's go for label. That's a label there, rich text box. Let's go straight down. Okay, we can get a button now. Let's get one button. That's one button there. Now we need the rich text box right there. Alright, now the next thing is to define the size of the rich text box. So that will be the size of my rich text box, 696 by 411, right there. Let's move it here. Okay, bring this down a little bit. Let's move this down about that. Okay, alright, the next thing is to define the size of this button. So let's come here and just make that button 694 by 48. Okay, then bring it down here. And I'm going to make a copy. Before I make a copy of it, let's change one or two things first. So let's come straight to the property and just change it with the font to about 16. Make that bold. Right in there, enter the following. Okay, so let me just show it to you guys. Memory requirement of data type. Okay, now I'm going to change the color. Let's change the color of that to font color. Let's change the font color to, yeah, that's fine. Button highlight. And the back color, let's change the back color to, yeah, control dark. So that's my back color there. Now hold control and copy. Now have to, okay, so move this up so I can get the second button. That's the second button there. So let's see the first button. That's button 2, button 1. So let's change the property of button 1. Change button 1 to button highlight, and right here change the color to control dark. So that's fine. So button 1 will be right on top. So write program, just double click on the form right there and just enter button 1 itself, or button 2 dot visible. Just make that first right there, so that becomes first, while button 1 becomes true. Okay, we can just leave it like that. That would still work anyway. Let's come back here. Okay, so we have both of them there. So if we double click on button 2, that's button 2. Let's check out button 1. Okay, they both have their, okay, in button 2, if I click on button 2, I will want button 1 to be alive. So let's come in here and just enter button 1 is true. So inside button 2, button 1 should become true. And why? I want my rich text, I want the button 2 to clear the content inside rich text itself. Make sure you enter your parentheses. Why? Button 2 becomes visible equals false. There. So that is taken care of. Why inside button 1 itself we want the following, and button 1 will also have the following for me. So I want button 1 to give me as follows. So I want regex 1 dot append. Okay, so I want that to give me the following data type. So let's give that a short, let's say size, no, there's no capital there, size of byte. But just enter environment line there. Okay, that will give us a new line. So that's for the byte. Okay, we can then maybe right there, let's enter as follows. You can just enter, let's say byte, just enter the plus sign there. Okay, is whatever. So if we run the program now, what will happen, it will give us the size of this. Okay, so let's run the program like I said earlier on. So we run it and click, that's it, in bytes. So here you see that, we click that, click. Okay, so let's repeat the same thing for the rest of the data type. So all I just need to do now is come in here, copy and paste, and that'll be all. Okay, but first thing, let's modify this. So we modify these as follows. So I just need some tabs here, another tab here. So if I run this now, let's run it again so that you guys see how it will look like. Click there. Okay, and let's increase the size of this, of the data in the rich text box. Select that, come in here and just increase that to about 16. So come in here to the font, change that to 16, bold 16, and this label, let's take care of this label right away. Select the label and just come right here, change the text content of the label as follows. Let's increase the size of that to about, make that bold, maybe 26. Okay, move it. Alright, that's fine. And let's just change the font and the back color, change it to control dark. That's taken care of. So if we run the program now, click on the button, that's what we get. A byte is 1 byte. Okay, now let's just copy that. Go straight in your code, copy all of these. Alright, and paste. Then instead of byte, this one will become S byte, and this will become character char. So that means you change this to char as well, and this you change it to S byte. And here let's change this to short, and here repeat exactly the same thing, change that to short as well. Now just speed that up and get back to you guys, but before I speed that up, I'll run it and let you guys see what we've done so far. So run the program, click on the memory button, and that is what we get. Okay, so let's go back into the program now and just speed that up. Okay, this is how the lines of codes are looking now. Take a good look at it right before I run it again. So we now have byte, s byte, char, short, unsigned short, integer, unsigned integer, long integer, unsigned long integer, floats, double, decimal, and boolean. So if I run it now, let's run the program, click there. Okay, all that's just left for us to do is just to add a title and maybe underline. Let's do that now. So right up here, I'm just going to add a title up here, tab down, and just add my title there. Okay, that's the title, and I'll just copy this, put another underline there, and press enter there. Okay, for those of you that might not understand this, \T means tab, and this environment new line will take you straight to new line. So you can see double tab here, a tab here, two tabs here, three tabs here. That's a tab as well. Okay, just to give it a form of a column look. So if I run it now, click, there we go. Okay, and our title there. Okay, and that is how you create your own, or you write a program that will display the size of C# variable types. Okay, so with that, I'm just going to call it bye for now.